Living on a boat means that you can take your house with you, wherever you go. The scenery changes constantly. It's a great cure for boredom. We had an amazing time in San Francisco, but we felt the urge to sail again and return to the ocean. As soon as we left, we experienced some engine trouble, but there was no turning back. We decided to just keep going. People have been sailing without engines for hundreds of years, so we figured it would be a good experience. We sailed wing on wing for the first time. We also raised our new Jenniker. We stopped in San Simeon Bay for the night to get some sleep. The next morning, we raised our anchor and sailed straight out of the bay without the use of our engine. As soon as we left, we ran into a thick bank of fog. How typical. Most of our time on the water seems to be spent in fog. We rather like it now. You see a lot of sea creatures when you're out there, but we hadn't seen dolphins yet. We were super excited when we saw about 6 of them swimming alongside Pino. Later on, the wind died, and we were left bobbing helplessly on the water for hours. Feeling restless, we tried running the engine again. The issue with it was that it kept overheating. We found it was okay if we ran it at a low RPM. We motored at a painful speed of 1 to 1.5 knots and arrived at the nearest anchorage, San Luis Obispo, in the middle of the night. We couldn't see anything, and the layout of the anchorage was different than the one in our guide. We ended up anchoring somewhere at random. And the next morning we realized that we were sitting there amongst a large fishing fleet. That day, we set out to try and diagnose our engine problems. The people of Port St. Louis helped us out a lot. They told us what to check for. There were no docks here. We did a lot of back and forths from the shore to the boat. Eventually we found the problem. The pipes were completely clogged up, and our thermostat was in need of replacing. Our next stop was Los Angeles. We were happy to be in a place where citrus trees are abundant. We put our bikes together and went out for a ride. Cycling in a new city is always fun. The bike path from Marina del Rey to downtown is pretty great. After 4 days in LA, we set sail further south and made it to San Diego. Coming into the channel, we were surprised that the area was so heavily militarized. From big choppers to Navy destroyers, we saw it all. On our way to our anchorage, we ran into a great big bank of kelp.
And for a second, we thought we would have to dive under the boat to free it.
Get my swimsuit. My knife.
But we didn't have to do that, so swimming will be for another time.
Neither of us saw it, and our keel was full of it, keeping us from going forward. Our anchorage in Glorietta Bay was right next to the amphibious base, so every morning we would wake up to the sound of trumpets and the American national anthem. We stayed here for 2 weeks, working on Markle from cafes in the morning, and then we returned to Pinot in the evening. The used outboard engine we got in San Francisco wouldn't start. We spent many evenings toying with it, servicing it, changing every piece, but it just wouldn't work. After much frustration, we took a well-deserved break and went for a swim. There isn't much to do on Coronado Island, but there are a lot of good marine stores in San Diego, over at Shelter Island. We biked over there constantly. It's truly the best way to see a city without spending a single cent, leaving you with plenty of beer money. We never did get that outboard working, but we exchanged it for another one that we know works. While trying to install it on the rail, we dropped an important and expensive piece into the water. Luckily, some divers happened to be passing by and went to get it for us. Well, that was a freebie. Time goes by real fast when you move constantly. After spending 3 months in the US, we are now heading to Mexico. Neither of us have ever been. Time to brush up on our Spanish. And as always, thank you for keeping us afloat. Literally.
Shit everywhere. Oh my god, it's all over the place. So I asked them to, it's like a bucket of compost. Can you toss it overboard? It's like, yeah! And then he does it from the deck and it just splashes everywhere.
I'm sorry.
It's coffee grounds and dirt.
Shit. Shit everywhere.
It's like Pino pooed himself.